Hello, my name is John Galvin. May 8th, 1969, I was adopted from birth. I was kept a secret for me for 30 years, and I'm now on a quest to find my lost siblings. I have recently started reading up on the psychology of adopted kids. And I've particularly been looking into, like myself, that were adopted from birth and spent most of our lives never knowing that we were adopted. If you're new to the vlog, I just want to say up front that my search for my biological family has nothing to do with my adopted family. They're amazing people, all of them. From my parents to my grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. Love them all. This is not a reflection on them whatsoever. Which is something I came across in my light search that I've started doing. That many times this is exactly the feeling. It has nothing to do with our adoptive families. One of the things that I came across was something that psychologists call the ghost kingdom. And this really kind of shocked me because I realized that for the last 20 years that I've known, this is exactly what I've been doing. So I'm not a psychologist, so bear with me. I just know what I've read and how I feel about what I've read. And so the ghost kingdom revolves around the concept that if you're like me and you have no contact and don't even know who your birth family was, how we go through life walking through the ghost kingdom, they say, how we're looking for connections. We're looking for people that look like us, that act like us, that sound like us. We're looking for that family because we don't know who they are. And I've done this myself over the last 20 years. Here's the case in point. I spent 10 years as a bouncer from 1980 1989 to 1999. I was a bouncer in New York City, downtown. A little bit of work early on in the Village, but most of my work after that was in Alphabet City, Lower East Side. I was a bouncer for rock, metal, punk clubs. And this was before I knew I was adopted. During the last few years, I'd say maybe the last 4 years that I was working down on Houston Street and Avenue A at the Spiral, there was a lot of people who'd come in and call me Neil. I tell them, my name's John, it's not Neil. Sometimes they thought I was kidding with them, other times not. But what I found out is there was another bouncer worked a few blocks up at another club, which now I after all these years, I can't even remember which club. But everyone that mentioned this said I look exactly like him, my voice is exactly like him, my body language, my mannerisms, everything, 100%. People told me constantly, this guy could be your twin brother. Was he? I know if Dad's memory was right, that I have 4 or 5 siblings I've never met. But in hindsight now, I've been thinking to myself, and this is another thing apparently adoptees that don't know their families fantasize about in the ghost kingdom. Do I have a twin? Do I have an identical twin brother? Maybe that's what made it easy for my biological mom to give one of us up, because she was still keeping one. Now, flash forward to last year. I work up in Riverdale, and the place where I work, last year, we had a new person come in, and the first thing she asked me is when I changed jobs, because she knew me apparently from further up in Riverdale. I don't remember if she said the name. I honestly don't. But she said that she knows a guy that looks exactly like me, sounds exactly like me, body language, mannerisms, exactly like me. haven't seen her since. She came and she went. So I have no idea if there's a connection. Is this guy she was talking about? Is this Neil from the 90s? And if so, is this my twin brother? I've been thinking about that a lot. But since I've read the articles, skimming, I mean, like I said, I'm not a psychologist or a doctor. But from skimming the article, that's something else that adoptees that don't know or have never met their biological families, this is something else that apparently we think about. Do I have a lost twin? Is there another me out there? Am I not alone? So I've said before, even in a crowd that I love, my adopted family, my family of friends, still a time I always feel alone. And I don't know if I have to. This whole concept of the ghost kingdom has really hit me a little hard. So I know that what I'm going through isn't unique. I understand that. I know that it's not special in any way, that pretty much every other adoptee that doesn't know a damn thing about their biological family is going through these thoughts that we have. Like I said, I see someone that, okay, a couple of months ago on Facebook, a profile popped up. I think it was people you may know, which is no one I ever know. 1% of everything that pops up on that list is someone I actually know. But for a while, I actually saved this guy's picture because he looked exactly like me. And I was thinking about reaching out and simply just asking him, is your family from upstate New York? But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I actually got rid of the picture that I kept. I trashed that because I didn't know how healthy it was to keep that and keep thinking and fantasizing about the possibilities. But this is what I go through. It's easy to say every day because that's what it is. Every day I'm thinking to myself, where are they? Who are they? Do any of them even know that I exist? I mean, if Dad was right, and I have like 5 siblings, then I think there's a good chance that at least the oldest sibling would remember my bio mom being pregnant with me. Whether she explained anything to the children, the oldest one or not, about adoption and what she was doing, I don't know. She could have told them that I was a stillborn or miscarriage. They could think I was never even born. Is finding them going to change anything? I don't know. I think it will. Whether it changes things a lot or a little or as much as, or how I would like it to happen, again, I don't know. But simply knowing something does change things. The questions aren't all there anymore. But this whole concept of the ghost kingdom and walking through life, walking through the ghost kingdom, wondering about every person you know that looks anything like you, that really hit me hard because that's exactly what I'm going through. As I said before, I have to do this for myself. I also want to do this for them, especially if they don't know. They deserve the right to know as much as I do. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time, but or in any of the other videos, because I kind of forget sometimes everything that I'm saying and going through and filming. It's just a little hard to keep track of that sometimes. But yeah, so there was a 96% hit on Ancestry DNA, but I'm actually holding off on that because I saw the girls getting ready to get married, and I just don't really feel that it would be fair to contact someone out of the blue whose life right now, and I know this because I've gone through this, whose life right now it could be a little bit of a hot mess, trying to make sure that everything about the wedding goes through as planned. So who the hell am I to suddenly disrupt the marriage arrangements and the post-production stuff, so to speak? Who am I to ruin that right now and put all this in her head? So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until that's over. I think that might be a better time to reach out and simply ask this woman, do you have family from upstate New York? Putnam, Lake Mohegan, Bear Mountain, even Nyack, although we're not really looking at Nyack right now. I'm gonna wait. I think that's fair to do. And in the meantime, we're still trying to figure out how to get records from Nyack Hospital concerning my birth. See if my adopted mom's name is listed there. As I mentioned in the last video, we think there's a chance they may have put my biological mom under my adopted mom's name in order to help cover things up. It's possible. I mean, we don't think that that's exactly what happened, but we recognize that as a possibility. And I wonder if I do meet them, is that going to put an end to the ghost kingdom? Because then I won't have any reason to think and ponder and get lost in my own head and thoughts about who my family is. Where are they? Do they even know I exist? And if they do find out I exist, do they want anything to do with me? I'm a good man. I care deeply about people. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm one of the most loyal people they've ever known in their life. Loyalty means a lot to me. And I don't want anything from my biological family other than answers and recognition. I don't need money. I'm not looking for an organ. I just want to know. And I want to get out of the ghost kingdom.